Welcome back, everyone. This is Miguel Cardozo, and I'm here with our favorite guest, Manny. How you doing, Manny?
Hey, hello. Welcome back.
You okay?
I'm good. Did you watch that Kanye West interview?
No.
Man, you got to watch this interview. I know everybody think he's a lunatic, but man, I think
he's got a few screws loose, but I think that's sometimes what it takes to kind of be at the genius level. You got to be a little crazy.
Yeah, because if you really listen to him, I don't know, man. I think the guy's on something. Like good, something good. Like something good. Like, you know, they say people who are crazy are the best thinkers.
Yeah, right.
So, gotta watch.
What stung out for you?
I don't know. Like, there's something about when he's talking, it seems like he doesn't make sense, but then again, he does make sense.
Yeah.
But you gotta like step out and be open-minded to hear Mr. West.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
No.
I know.
All right.
Off topic. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Current events. Kanye West, genius or insane? So we'll have to talk about that some other time. But today we're going to be talking about how to deal with a breakup. So some of the relationship stuff has been doing pretty well. And, people have been reaching out to me, especially like on Facebook, Instagram. They'll come out. I've been getting some really good like screenshots of messages and profiles from people. And it's great. And I want to bring some people on the show, but they're a little hesitant to come on. I'd say, you know what? We don't have to we'll block out the names, the guys' names, the faces and everything, but just some quality profiles that I've been getting. I wish I could show you guys some of these. It's just, I don't know. A little insane, a little crazy.
Really?
Yeah. Like people are out there with their fetishes. People are out there with just plain, look at all the money I have. That's how I'm going to get you. And when they do this, they're showing off with like an $80 bottle of alcohol. And that's how they're going to impress you with, with all this money they have. It's all it is. It's like an $80, bottle of alcohol, a bunch of $1 bills with like a 20 on the outside, some fake jewelry. And then some of the messages from some of these people are just outright crazy. Just some of the stuff just straight out.
That people were like hitting you up on?
No, they weren't. It wasn't me. It was, some of our viewers send me the screenshots of the men that go after them. The female viewers sent me these screenshots.
Oh, got you. Got you. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty crazy. I almost want to do another online dating episode and talk more about it, but man, we keep getting off topic here. But it's all right.
It's all good.
It's all good.
It's all in the same place. Relationships, whatever.
Yeah. So how to deal with a breakup. So have you ever been broken up with or broken up with somebody?
Absolutely.
What's the worst part, you think? What's the worst thing? Is breaking up with somebody or having them break up with you?
You know what?
Because, I mean, breaking up with somebody can be difficult. You have to make that choice. You have to...
I don't know, because when someone breaks up with you, it's like a funeral. Really think about that. It's like going through a funeral. Mm-hmm. And going through a breakup is like going through a funeral. You need God to get you through this breakup.
Like a death, like somebody died?
Yeah. Because
your soul died on the inside.
Yeah, absolutely. You're dead inside. You're like, I can't go on without you. Like, you really think about it. A real bad breakup is no different from a funeral. And these emotions can last for a year or 2 years or 3 years. Like, no one really gets over especially a real bad breakup. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Especially when you care about someone. Like, yeah. So
that it's funny that you said funeral, because one of the things that I had looked up when I was doing my research here was, I was looking up a bunch of how to deal with breakups, and then I also looked up the 5 steps of emotional grief. And that's kind of like how you mentioned when somebody dies, that sort of thing. You go through denial. You kind of deny that it happened. Anger, negotiation, depression, acceptance, and you kind of have to get over it. You kind of have to go through all these steps.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a long process. If you're the one that's, someone breaking up with you, it's a long process, especially if you really cared about someone. Like me, I love hard. So when someone breaks up with me, it's just like, oh, it hits hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then you start questioning everything. You're like, wait, well, where did I go wrong? What did I do? What did I say?
Yeah, that's...
1 minute I was the shit. Next minute I ain't the shit anymore. What happened?
Yeah.
So...
As you say it, I can kind of look through. Oh, you're at this stage, and then you're angry about it at some point.
Denial, like hey, that's right.
Yeah, it's like no, this can't be. This can't be.
Yeah,
I'll make it work.
Yeah, and I think breakups are like really tough to get through, especially. All right, so if we're talking about how you said before, like
the
breakups as far as like if I'm breaking up with someone, that's hard because you don't want to hurt that person, but it's not as bad as you being the person that.
Yeah. No, I can agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, because it hurts. Love hurts. Yeah, it does for sure. You ever been?
Oh, of course. I mean, haven't we all?
Yeah, I think everybody's been through it.
Yeah, I mean, if you've been in any sort of relationship, since you were a teenager or whenever you started dating till this point in your life, unless you've gone out with that one person or you just do all the dumping, then you've gone through some sort of breakup. Somebody's broken up with you at some point. They're not all hard. Some of them are harder than others.
Yeah.
The trick is you just have to dump everybody first. That's it.
Dump everybody first?
Yeah. I had this. I had a whole thing back in the day. Well, I knew somebody who had this thing back in the day where they would only date people for there was like a 1 to 2 month limit, and then after the 1 to 2 month limit, you move on to the next person. 1 to 2 month limit, you move on to the next person. It's enough where you're enjoying your life, and you can dump the person without them being too sad or upset. It's not enough time to. It's enough time to enjoy your life, but it's not enough time for them to get really attached and love. So they're not really heartbroken. It's sort of like gosh darn it type of deal.
Yeah, but some people can fall in love real quick.
In 1 to 2 months? That's silliness.
Listen, listen. I fell in love with my wife within weeks of talking to her. I told you when I love hard.
Yeah.
And she was actually like the first to be like, "Oh no, she got me."
Yeah.
Yeah, she got me. There was something. But like I think with relationships, I wonder if it's easy. Do you think it's easier for men to get over breakups than women or women?
I've read about this in the past. If I recall correctly, from what I understand, what I remember is, I think women, they get, truly emotional about it in the sort of in the beginning, and they cry it out. They go through all the emotions. And then
they sleep with their best friend.
They put themselves together, and then it's easier for most women to just jump into another relationship, and that's how a lot of people will kind of get over the last person is get into another relationship. Yeah. With I heard with men, it's different. It's usually they don't have that thing where they kind of cry it out and get over all that emotion in the beginning. Yeah, they kind of like hold it in a little bit. Men don't usually do that a lot. And then it's always a little more difficult for men to jump into another relationship.
And men, there's more statistics on men committing suicide over a girl or killing someone over a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've seen some stuff on that because I mean, the first thing the guy wants to do, I'm going to kill myself. They try to do that whole thing where, it can be serious. That's what I mean. Like, having a breakup is just as bad as a funeral.
Oh yeah, the stats, especially with like divorces, it's like really high where men commit suicide. I mean, it's like a huge difference. You know, it's always easier for a woman to get into another relationship. There's always 50 guys in line trying to get with a woman.
Yeah.
And it's not like that for men. You know, for most men, right? There's a type of man that can always get a girl, right?
Speak for yourself.
Like Manny, yeah. Like there's a guy like guy you could leave one, go to the next one. There's a woman waiting for you, whatever it is. But for most men, I mean, you're probably talking a high percentage of the population. It's hard to date. You know, there's not a ton of women knocking on the door of other men, especially these days, where everybody's like, you know, an independent woman, and every woman kind of wants just the top men. They want the richest, best looking, whatever men. You look at most of the population, they're not it, right? They're looking at these like high top tier men, the Brad Pitts or whatever of the world, and it's different for men, right? It's like, oh, she's pretty, I'll date her. So it's different, and that's part of the reason why I think men commit suicide, because men will get ruined kind of over it, and it's not easy.
Well, it messes with a man's ego.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have the 50 women in your DMs trying to sounds like, oh, you know, that he should have treated you better. You're worth it. You know, it's just other men trying to get in. So it's got to be much easier. I mean, that's what the statistics.
I mean, I'm assuming because, like, again, like most of my game from the last episode I got from women, and I see how quick women can get over a breakup. Some go through like the little period of it. They want their man back. You know, then you got some women who just trapped their exes by getting pregnant or whatever the situation is. Because there's some girls that are crazy out there, like crazy in love. But I don't know. I'm assuming it's definitely men. I think men have a hard time with breakups. Like what would be the steps? What would be the steps of getting over a breakup? So you're looking at.
So this is like what you were talking about, grief, getting over grief. I mean, people have a lot of different things of what they say, how to get over it. When I did the research, there's a whole type of thing, like this particular site that I'm looking at. You know, one of the things is that you have to accept it. Right, that's kind of their step number one is you accept what's going on, and then it kind of goes on like, don't pressure yourself, stay healthy and positive. It says you find friends and family to support you. It has other things like stay away from alcohol and drugs. A lot of people get into that. Right, that's like, and a lot of times when you go out and we're like, okay, I was dating this person for a long time. And that's how I spent most of my time. So how do I go out? What do I do? How do I spend my time? How do I make new friends? So what do? You go out. You go to a bar. You hang out with your friends. And then what does it turn into? You're drinking all the time. And you're going out all the time. And then you're saying to yourself, this is how I'm going to meet someone. I'm going to go out at a bar. Because if I stay home, I'm not going to meet everyone. So you get on your dating app. You try to find people, then you go to the bars and you try to find people. I don't think necessarily it's the best way, but I mean, you just whenever you're getting into drinking more or getting into drugs, that's just, you got to think about what you're doing, right?
See, I think that also can be like when you start, I can be wrong.
Numbing the pain?
You're numbing the pain in the same way getting attention for it. Yeah. Like, yo, look at me. I'm going downhill. Like, take me back. Type deal. You get what I'm trying to say?
No woman is going to ever be impressed by that,
well,
right?
But if you know your woman, you would use that against her, right? You would, I guess, or a girl use that against her man. Like you would like, but he'll feel bad for me, or she'll feel bad for me.
You can do that. It just none of that is healthy, right? That's just so unhealthy. And if you were to get back together, like, what kind of relationship do you have that's how you keep each other, or that's the kind of thing you do, that's the kind of person you are. There's some people you just got to just stay away from. And I think you got to look for red flags, right? When you date people, I think a good step in dealing and not getting into a bad breakup, a really good part of it is watching out for these like red flags in like people before you get into relationships with them. Just things to look for. Like one of those things. If you're like
they
into alcohol,
they always ignore that. Though.
Well, right. Well, with women, it's like, oh, I can fix him. Right. And with men, it's like, oh, she's pretty. That's like, oh, she's pretty and she likes me.
Yeah.
So it's okay, right? That's what it is. And with guys, it's like, oh, I can fix him. So yeah, you ignore it. But I think if you did a better job of avoiding things like people that drink a lot, people that do drugs, it would probably be helpful to like in the long run, just as a person. I don't know. Obviously, a lot of people, and I mean, you go out and you have for some drinks and you can enjoy yourself and whatever. It doesn't mean you're a bad person, but if somebody like is drinking all the time or just doing drugs, I don't know. It just seems like the type of person I personally would stay away from.
All right. Yeah.
Right, to get into a relationship with.
Well, I think that comes with maturity, though.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think like...
Because you learn your lessons.
Yeah. Because I think as an adult, you're like a little bit more mature with your breakups. Like how you handle it, how to go about it, compared to like when you were like in your 20s or when you were a teenager.
Yeah.
Like it's a little bit more difficult. The steps are a little bit harder as far as like getting over a breakup. So yeah, like when you first start dating someone, you ignore the signs of, this can either really go really good or really bad.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm going to go in and give it a shot anyway. And then the outcome is you guys break up, and it's a pretty bad breakup.
But if you follow the technique that I put forward a little while ago, you keep it to 1 to 2 months, that'll solve most problems. It really will solve most problems. You have to have a good a good sized dating pool. But
well,
I'm just telling you, it's just good. I've heard it. I heard this.
Hey. Well, you know what? Like there is like steps. Like I would say the first step that ever helped me when it comes to like a breakup, music.
Music, yeah.
Music, hands down. Because there's so many songs out there.
What kind of music though? Like sad music?
Well, first you go through your sad period where you listen to the most depressing music. Of course, like R&B hits you like no other.
Yeah.
And then, you jump on songs that give you game. You gotta tap into Snoop Dogg, Slick Rick, like to bring your attitude back in.
Yeah.
The music actually like helps you. You know what? I don't need that chick.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm on PIMP. Like all of a sudden, like your confidence level. It's almost like you got to reinvent yourself after a breakup. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. No, I get you.
Because what happens when people break up, right? Most of the time, what's the other reason we go besides losing weight, right?
Yeah.
We go to the gym.
Oh yeah.
Why? Because of a breakup. Or like, oh yeah, either I'm gonna make everybody want me, or I'm gonna make him regret me or her regret that she ever left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like you're kind of reinventing yourself, your body, your image, your attitude, everything comes into play.
You know what that usually gets you though when you go to the gym to get chicks?
More chicks?
Dudes.
Are you talking about?
I'm just saying, like those, like you thinking it's like I'm gonna get in shape, and then all these chicks are gonna like check out my muscles, they're gonna compliment my muscles and this and that, and you know what happens? You're walking in the store, and it's like an old guy. It's like, hey, nice arms or something like that, or like you're sitting at the airport, and it's like, oh, how much do you bench press? Chicks don't usually say that to you.
Well, I don't know. I've never been in that situation. Have you? I'm assuming you have.
But maybe I think they think it. Maybe they think it, but they don't come out and say it.
But I do think that's you see people taking steps like that. Like music was for me the first. When I go through a breakup, it was always music. Music kind of got me through everything. And then
because music can really set your mood, right? If it's a sad song, sometimes you can almost like it'll get you sad for no reason, and you're like, what am I sad about? If it's like a really sad song for some reason, or if it's like really like, you know, angry song that's like hip hop or rock or whatever it is, and you know, like you almost like get like angry or like pissed off. But so it can, for me at least, it can like really like set my mood.
No, exactly. It can change your whole perspective on the whole breakup. It can set you up. Music just does that to you. Listen, I had a friend who got his girl left him for another guy. I was like, wait a second, hold up. I got the perfect playlist for you.
Yeah, you already had it.
Oh, I was like, boom, take this one, take this song, take this song. You need to start off here.
Yeah.
Okay, next step, listen to those songs. Become those songs. Like, now it's time for you to, like, switch your attitude. Like, it's all right. Okay, she's gone.
Yeah.
I got to move on. You know, and now it's like, it really is the perfect time to reinvent yourself. So even in then, when you go through that breakup, you're learning some great lessons.
Like how do you also reinvent yourself? You get like new clothes? You get like you wear a fedora or like what?
You switch it up. You switch up your style.
Yeah.
Like, okay, because it does kind of mess with your confidence level. You're starting to think, all right, the reason why this person broke up with me, what's missing about me that I never paid attention to?
Yeah.
And so you start thinking, oh, maybe it's the clothing. All right, maybe it's time to switch up my style. Or your personality. Maybe I had like a weakness. So like some guys are like overly jealous, right? Mm-hmm. So you're a jealous person. Okay, that didn't work in that relationship. It was actually more of a turnoff. So let me step back and be like, I'm not going to be the one to get jealous this time.
Yeah.
And so you change your personality level. You kind of you reinvent your personality, you reinvent your look, everything, because you're becoming like a new person. I'm not going to be that person I was before. Lessons learned. Now it's time to step up my game, put my game face on and switch it. Okay. Yeah, that Manny, like, I'll be like, oh, that Manny's dead.
Yeah.
Here's the new Manny. Better than ever. Look at me now.
So, you know, so what is it? Are you erasing your past self, or are you're just trying to make yourself a better person? What do you think? Or a little bit of both?
I think it's a little bit of both, because anytime you go through a bad situation, you don't just go through it, you grow through it.
Yeah.
So
look at that. You don't just go through it, you grow
through it. I'm just full of it today. But yeah, you take these steps and you're like, okay. Because it helped me grow as a person as far as breakups.
Yeah.
You know, and again, I started learning a lot about women and getting game from women, but you do need your fellas in certain situations. Like when it comes to like going through like a breakup, they can kind of get you through it too. But yeah, where it says over there, like friends and family help you get through a breakup. Sure. Like my mom is hardcore. She just says it flat. I remember when me and my wife, when we first broke up, and I'm like, Ma, I don't get it. I don't get why we broke up. Yeah. You know what I mean? And she's like, what are you gonna do about it? If she wants you, she wants you. If she don't, she don't. And it was that shit hit me. She wasn't sensitive at all about it, but it hit me like, it's true. When you really want to be with someone, you'll be with them. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it? You can't do nothing.
Yeah.
But it also drove me to like, well, why wouldn't this person want to be with me? Now, this is where the ego comes in.
Yeah.
Like, who is this chick? Or for a girl, who's this guy? Like, why wouldn't this person want to be with me? And that's when you reevaluate yourself and start looking at yourself like, okay. But also I think it can make you look like, well, why are you reevaluating yourself? What if it's that person? What's wrong with that person? But you have to, like, how do you know if it's that there's something wrong with that person and not you? But that's where you pay attention. Like, all right, is it me or is it that person? So maybe that person got it all wrong. When you take a breakup, you take it all. You just reevaluate everything. Okay, yeah, I see what I could have done there. I could have switched that.
Yeah.
I could have done something totally different. Because if I can go back, there's a lot of shit I would have did different in
Well,
breakup.
I think that's what everybody, just in life, right? If you could go back, you would do things differently. One, because now you have the experience, you know?
Yeah, but it's embarrassing.
You know, hindsight's 20/20. So you know exactly what you did, and you know exactly what happened. So of course you do something different. You learn from it.
No, absolutely. But it is embarrassing how you do it, though. There's like, if I can go back, I was like, wow, I did that. So it's like,
but that's kind of a good thing that you look back and say that, because it just shows that you've grown and you're growing and you keep kind of improving yourself. So you look at your past self and you're like, oof, you know, it's better than looking back at your past self and be like, oh man, I was so great, you know, back then, and now I just can't do it. I can't. I don't know. My hairline isn't what it used to be. Oh no, you know.
Yeah.
Right? Looking back, it's better that you look back and say, oh, you know what? I hated cutting my hair all the time. Now I don't have to cut my hair all the time. I just shave it.
Yep.
Shave it. That's it. You go to the bathroom, 5 minutes. You shave your head.
In and out.
You're done. You got the slick, smooth head that people like to rub, and that's it.
Oh.
And you look back and you just keep improving yourself. That's a weird example,
but no, you do. No, that's a great example. I like that example. But no, you do. You kind of like, you're constantly. I think every day should give you an opportunity to reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
Every day should be a day to grow. You know, from conversations that we have or just in general. But breakups, I mean, has probably given me like the best lessons in life, period.
Yeah.
Like if you had a girl right here and she say her man left her, what kind of advice would you give this person? Would it depend on the situation?
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty broad situation. No, her man left her. Oh, why? I mean, like he was like beating you up every day and then he got arrested, so she feels like she left him. Or I don't know, or she cheated on him. Like, there's so many different situations.
Well, how would you help a friend get over a breakup, like, or especially a girl? Say, like, I don't know, he just didn't want to be with her anymore. He fell out of love with her. Yeah. What would you do to give that steps?
I don't know. A lot of it would depend, obviously, like how the breakup went. Maybe like the person's age, maybe. What the person looks like, or how like fit they are, or how well they're doing in their life. Honestly, one of the first things I would say is just pick something and just improve yourself. Maybe like improve your health. Maybe you're a little overweight. Just concentrate on your health. Maybe hit the gym. Maybe get a hobby. Like that's one of the things I said. Pick a new hobby and experience. Maybe it's time for you to get a hobby. Did she depend on her boyfriend for, I don't know, taking care of her? Maybe get a career, get a better job. There's just so much you can do. But I guess a good example of it is improve yourself. Sort of like how you were saying. That's like a good advice right there. Is maybe pick something to concentrate on and work on yourself. Maybe you drink too much. Maybe it's time to cut back or just stop drinking at all. So pick something where you're improving your life you're improving your quality of your life, maybe even the quality of others. And I think that if you do that, if you give that as advice, and if you take that advice, it's almost like you can't go wrong. It can only improve you. It can only improve your life, and could improve somebody else's life. So it can't be bad advice. Maybe it's not going to solve all your problems, but it could be a good first step.
Well, the other thing too that I think about, as far as, yes, it's improving your life, but what are things that you would have to tell this person to watch out for? Like, say for instance, you have a friend, right? I always say don't mess with a girl who just broke up with her boyfriend. Mm-hmm. I always say stay away from them.
Oh yeah, because
you're a rebound.
Yep. Yeah.
You're gonna get all your feelings. This girl's gonna.
Well, some guys will feed on that. You know that some guys will see the weakness and strike.
Right. Some guys like that, but if you're talking about a guy who like generally wants to be in a relationship, stay away.
Oh yeah.
Don't mess with a girl who just got out of a breakup because you know what? They're using you for the moment to get over it, to make the guy jealous, or any type of little situation that would help her. So 99% of the times you're a rebound. Yeah.
And you want to be careful with that too. I mean, you could be being used for something, right? You could be a pawn in her game. You could be getting involved in this situation that you don't want to be with, like maybe her ex-man. Maybe he's like, maybe they're not quite, maybe she's not really broken up. Maybe right. Maybe they're maybe he's really jealous. You never know. So you just stay away from that in general.
Yeah, because I mean, I've been in a rebound situation. I've been in plenty of situations
where you're the rebound or you're rebounding.
I was the rebound, and then I dated a few girls, which didn't work out, and I don't think it was meant to work out. Mm-hmm. But it was me trying to get over the person who I really cared about. Yeah, right. So it wasn't really. I was just. So I guess you can say I was probably using them too. Yeah. Because there's certain like girls I talked to that I got over real quick. It wasn't like but I really liked you. But did I really like you, or was I just trying to get over this hump that I was going through? Yeah, right. You know what I mean? And I remember there was this one girl I did feel bad for, and I was on. Now this time I was in the opposite side of the court, where I was just like, oh shoot, I'm gonna hurt this girl's feelings. But I got to be honest. And I was honest.
What'd you tell her? You told her, hey, you're the rebound?
No, I didn't say.
No, you don't want to say that?
Crazy. I just said, listen, I can't do this. And it's unfair for you. And I don't want it to go any further. Because we were talking. Yeah. But talking always leads to other things. And I didn't want the girl to be wishful thinking. And I was like, I can't do it. Yeah. And I was honest with her. And she, she was upset about it. But I just couldn't do it. And because I know what it's like to be on that side. Mm-hmm. So that's why the honesty came through. And that was it, man. Like, and that was hard. But again, nothing's worse than being the person who you got, like, who breaks your heart. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? So I stopped it before it went any further because I know what it's like to be on that side. But then, I think when it comes to, when you're getting used too. Some guys like getting used. They're like, yeah, you want to get back at him in? Sure.
I think it's not necessarily, I mean, some guys may like it. I think it's just sort of like an easy catch, and so most people will take. Oh, if it's something I can get, sure, I'll take it. I think most guys will, if it's something, if they can catch a crumb, they'll catch a crumb.
Well, especially if it's a girl that they always had their eye out on.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, yeah. Like, sure, whatever you want.
If they smell like a weak lamb or something, they see the lamb limping, they'll take it. Always, just take the weak lamb. So,
this is one I want to like state, like my mother told me.
Yep.
Because you were saying earlier, like, to pay attention to the signs.
Yeah,
like
you gotta watch out.
Women really need. I'm gonna go for women right here. Like women really need to pay attention to the signs. They are so blind to see how like certain guys are. Mm-hmm. Like, yo, I can spot that from a mile away. Yeah. And you're just ignoring it because he has a good game.
That's what attracts them, is that whatever those things are, whatever is part of the game, that's what they're attracted to.
But I get it. But don't lie to yourself. So this is, if you're going,
they don't know they don't know that it's what's happening. They don't know they're doing it.
Yeah, but there's a lot, because girls got radars. They got signals. Like we were talking before, how they said,
yeah, after they got you, after they're in a relationship,
when they're in the situation, when they talk long enough,
yeah,
they were like, man, the moment that you have this certain doubt,
yeah,
flow with it. Don't play stupid. Like flow with it. I'm telling you, because when a guy really wants to be with a woman, they will go all out. And the guy will go all out to be with that woman.
Yeah, but if that guy is doing the things that she's not attracted to, then she's just gonna she's not gonna care. She's looking for certain things that you know that get her going, get her attracted, that turn her on, and it doesn't matter. Maybe the guy's like a really good guy, and he would be the perfect fit for that certain woman that she's looking for, but she is really into. There's something about this guy that she dates that cheats on her all the time. And she just can't get over it, and she makes all the excuses in her head all the time.
Oh yeah.
There's plenty.
Because dudes that got good game.
There's plenty. There's plenty of women. I know several women like this where they're.
Me too.
And it's sad for them, but there's nothing you can do. You can tell them.
You can tell them to get blue in the face.
Yeah, they know. But it is there's something that, and they'll tell themselves all sorts of excuses.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. They like a certain guy because of whatever he does. Whatever he does attracts them to him, and they always. It doesn't matter that they cheat on him. It's always those certain things. That it's always they like the guy.
Yeah, that's true. I know a lot of women like that. That like, yo, but I don't care.
I know that.
I'm like. Don't come to me for advice if you ain't taking it.
Yeah.
Like I've given you advice.
It's frustrating because I've done the same thing with friends that I have, and they don't learn, and they know it. They know exactly what they're doing, but
right. And it's sad because you're like watching it like a movie.
Yeah,
and
you feel bad for people, but you're not responsible for other people. You're responsible for yourself.
Right. And but when you hear these stories like where like you said, you got these guys that cheat on their girl all the time.
Yeah.
And a girl still stays with them. But if you want to be over a person, there's certain things that you have to do. You have to discipline yourself to not want to be with that person.
Mm-hmm.
As much as you love them and care for them.
How do you discipline yourself to do that?
Oh, he's got to change.
Yeah. People don't change. They really don't. People don't change. There's a very small percentage of people who change.
Yeah,
okay?
Let's give that.
Some people, very small percentage. But most of the time, you see people and they'll change for a little bit and then they go back to their regular selves.
Right.
So you could see it all with the type of people they are. Sometimes they'll change for a little bit, but they'll slowly make themselves back to
where they were.
Yeah, it is what it is. So you get like those guys, they'll get into a new relationship. Maybe they cheated in the past and they get with a new girlfriend. Oh yeah, I cheated on her, right? But I'm changed now. I'm a changed man. He'll go out with that girl long enough and he'll cheat on her.
Where the urge will come again.
Yeah, it's no matter like how pretty a girl is, there's always somebody who's bored of her, right? You ever hear that? Like, you ever hear that saying? No matter how pretty, no matter how pretty they are, there's always somebody who's like, I'm probably messing up the saying. So it means that no matter like you take a supermodel, like the guy, what's his name, Adam Levine.
Yeah.
Right? He's dating a Victoria's Secret supermodel. Right? Most men in the world would be completely happy, but he knows he has this like pickings of most of the women in the world that he can choose from. So why not? So he goes after all. Do you hear about him? He getting into other like girls' DMs, like some influencers
I saw something
DMs
not too long ago.
Yeah, and he asked her if, my girlfriend is having or I'm having a kid. Can I name my kid after you? And that was just so he can like talk to her again and get with her again because he had gotten with her before.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. He has a supermodel, Victoria's Secret supermodel, who's having his kid, but he's bored of her, so he's out there looking for girls online.
Well, like I said, Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah.
Beyonce's hot.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z still cheated on her.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of like Beyonce like everybody else is. Yeah, she's a good-looking woman, but I don't think she's like the hottest thing in the world.
No, I don't think she's hot, but she's hot. But like I mean, she got it all. She got the singing voice, the body, she's pretty.
Yeah.
She got like the total. To me, she has like a total package. That's enough to be like, nah, I ain't never gonna cheat on you.
Yeah.
But like you look at someone like Jay-Z. Now Jay-Z ain't all that looking, and he still cheated on her. But I forgot where we go. Where are we going with this? There was a point that we were bringing up. Oh, you were saying it doesn't matter how pretty you are or something like that.
Somebody will always be bored of you,
right?
No matter how good looking you are.
So the goal is, how do you discipline yourself, right?
So you're saying, how do you discipline yourself so you don't get into these bad relationships or to get out of a relationship? What do you mean? What's your question?
I think like if you were going to, okay, say you're in see, I think a lot of people, right? Everybody wants that love. Like girls want that love, and there's a lot of guys out there that want that love, that connection, that relationship. So they'll run right into it. But like you gotta play smart and disciplined in how you're going to protect yourself. You gotta have like the window up, right? Keep the window up, so the rain don't hit. You're not ready for that rain yet. You know what I mean? You gotta wait for that sunrise to hit. So right now, like the window's up.
I'm
listen,
lost.
It's a metaphor. So if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna keep this window up because it's raining out.
Yeah.
Right? Because of my past experiences, I've been through a lot of storms.
Yeah.
This window's up. Sure, here comes a person coming through.
Oh, like keeping your guard up.
I'm keeping my guard up.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm gonna slowly roll down the window because I see a glimpse of the sun here and there. Every now and then the clouds move and I see a little bit of sun. So I'll roll down that window a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'll keep that guard up until I feel feel good enough to be like, okay, this person's in it to win it.
Yeah.
You know, because some guys do have to prove themselves. And some women too. Yeah. Like that was another thing too. Like when I went through a breakup, it taught me how to guard myself. Just because someone says they love you or you're good looking or whatever.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't mean they're really that into you. You know, and you kind of have to protect your emotions with that. That taught me how to do that. So I wasn't quick to like be all after experiences like when someone says, oh, Manny, like, you're cute, or why would anybody ever cheat on you, look at you, or do anything bad to you? Yeah, I've heard that all before. I'm keeping this shit up.
Oh, heard it all before.
Heard it all before. You know, because I think...
Are you still hearing it now that you're married for a long time?